Check, check, check. So we here. Testing. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. I'ma unmute y'all, fellas. What's up, fellas?
It's good.
I think we live and we definitely leveled, but we got Keith and K-Bum here, so y'all can't be me all the time. You know what I'm saying? There's only one me, so you gotta be you. K-Bum, you can't be me. You gotta be you. So what? K-Bum, was you on here last week? You wasn't on here last week, was you?
No, I was out of town.
So how was the trip, bro?
Oh, it was awesome, man.
All right, fill us in, man. We just, killing some time as I get some stuff finished and set up.
Oh, no, man. It was awesome, man. Got a chance to spend some time beach in the pool, chilling with the wife. Got a chance to eat some great food. Got a chance to go on a food tour and try some taco trucks, some local taco trucks. So that was legit. Got a chance to eat food like a native.
Okay.
So, yeah, then we had a little 5-star dinner on our actual anniversary. So that was... Yeah, man, it was dope. It was a great time.
5-star?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's 5-star.
All right.
Only the best for my best.
I think I've seen some of them pictures of the 5-star cuisine. So,
right there on the beach, right there next to the ocean. Dope.
How about you, Keith? What's been good your way, bro?
Man, nothing much. Same old.
Okay.
Daddy-o. Working.
Right.
Been trying to get into cloud computing professionally. So
oh, really?
Oh, yes. I saw an opportunity at my job. I'm like, man, I like support desk, but it's time for me to move away from this.
Okay.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
That's the direction to go.
Right. I bought me a little Microsoft Azure book.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Nice.
We use Azure, so I'm like,
yeah.
Why not learn it? So,
well, I'm certified.
That's what I'm trying to do. So you are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm certified. Yeah, I'm Azure certified.
Oh man, we have to talk.
Yeah, because I don't know what y'all. Yeah, we gonna have to talk because I don't know what y'all talking about. So y'all got to fill me in because I'm over here drawing a blank. Like what these brothers talking about? I cannot even have this conversation. But we are here. We have our whole crew. So I don't know if I want to play my intro right now because I'm updating it and the old one is so out of date and just screwed up. I think I'm not going to play the intro tonight. So, but welcome to the show. We here. No intro tonight. I'll have that next week. Updating fresh. I can't keep playing that thing.
Fresh out the kitchen.
Yeah, fresh out the kitchen, man. I can't keep playing that. That intro it got the wrong episode. Stuff spelled wrong. I'm like, Lord, what was I? That's what happens when you rushing and didn't even pay. I didn't even catch it until a few episodes ago. Like, bro, y'all been letting the brother play this all these years and not saying nothing for the last few months. Not a word. Level that ain't spelled right. But anyway.
I ain't gonna say nothing, but I did tell you my wife told you. But that's
yes, she did, didn't you?
Okay. Just make
don't do that. Don't correct me live on Eric K. Bum.
I didn't want that.
Man, let a brother live.
I had to for my wife.
All right. So, shout out to Miss K. Bum for the
Will Smith.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done.
So we won't play the intro on tonight. I'm gonna get that squared away and done right and updated because basically this is the crew. We have experienced a lot over the years. We had voices come and go, but I think this is the nucleus that is going to be here for the foreseeable future, and I like that. So we're gonna get everything squared away with that. So your boy gonna finish that off and try to do it some justice. And I will have that premiere next week, preferably. But we are here. We are excited. So y'all ready to get into what you've been gaming on?
Yeah, man. Let's roll.
All right, let's go. Yeah. You know what time it is.
It's time for What Have You Been Gaming On? Sing it, folks. Let's go. Hey. What you been gaming on? 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 Gaming on, gaming on, gaming on.
All right, so I'm gonna pass this offering plate around and let these brothers share the goodness of what they've been gaming on. So I'm gonna come to K-Bum since he been gone. Man, Keith was here last week. They haven't heard from K-Bum. I'm pretty sure he didn't get a lot of gaming in because he's been on vacation. And so, K-Bum, what have you been gaming on since you've been back?
Man, I was hoping you didn't go to me first. I just walked up the steps and came back down, trying to catch my breath, but that's all good. I was hoping with the Keith first. But anyway, what have I been gaming on? So let's go ahead and get the big one out of the way. I have completed the story mode for Horizon Forbidden West.
What?
Dun, 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 dun. It is done. Story mode completed. Yep, done. All right, so I need to now plan for my next single player game. You know, I have all my multiplayer that I play, but
Splatoon 3 got a single player game. Splatoon, Splat. Let me stop. My bad, I interrupt you. Go.
Anyway, so I got to get me. I got to find a single player game I'm gonna play next. I got 2
Bayonetta.
on the agenda. You say what?
I said Bayonetta.
Bruh, don't do that. So, but Horizon. So it was. I expected more. I'll put it like that because I heard people around me speak very highly of the game. I expected it to kind of just exceed my expectations, and it didn't. I don't know. I think part of it was my fault. I spent too much time in one area. I thought you needed to kind of finish everything, but it is not a game you really want to complete. Right? It is. When I say complete, I mean 100%. Let me say that. It is a lot of fluff in this game. So it's an open world game, so there's a lot of fluff in there. But if you just stick to the main story, it's a good story. It has pretty good pacing. It has really good reveals and really good surprises. Right? If you stick to the main story. So it has that going for the main story is definitely much better than the side quests, which I would say with The Witcher. Some of the Witcher side quests where if you didn't do it, you really missed out on excellent storytelling. I can't say the same for Horizon. But let me go ahead and move on from that. Like I said, I finished that, and hopefully next week I'll have another. There'll be a new single player game that I can talk about, but we'll see if I get time to jump into that with everything else I have going on. So, the next game I've been playing since I've been back from my wonderful vacation is Overwatch 2. So that game dropped while I was on vacation. I believe October 4th was the switch over from Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2. It is also now free to play for anyone. So anyone can download Overwatch 2 and play it. I would advertise any and everyone to at least give it a try. Spend some time playing it. I think they did a really good job of renewing Overwatch. Right, it does feel new. The gameplay does feel fresh, and it surprisingly feels very balanced.
Okay.
Which is a surprise for
So
Overwatch.
it's
So
trash, basically. That's what you're saying.
You said what?
Huh? No, I was just listening. Go ahead.
You said trash?
No, I sneezed, man.
I bet you did. So I will put out there if you have not given Overwatch a chance, I would say now is the best time to do it. It is the most balanced it's ever been. and it is pretty fun. But you are coming into a toxic um, community that no longer talks on the mic. Uh, that's been rooted out. So it's a team-based game, and no one talks on the mics anymore. I used to be very different in the beginning of Overwatch, but it is what it is now. Um, so I've been playing that. I pretty much the only two new games that I've played is those two. I still in the backlog. I'm still playing, which includes um, 2K23, playing the show still a little bit every now and then to just kind of get a breather within the other games. I did fire up Warzone last night. So I got a chance to play with the homies. I haven't played with them in a good little minute because this is my sports season. So I'm usually playing, the Madden, the 2Ks, the FIFA. But I haven't really gotten the FIFA yet. And I haven't played Madden in probably 2 to 3 weeks. So it's been pretty much finishing Horizon, Overwatch, and 2K. So
Okay.
that has been my gaming. What
You
I've been
forgot
gaming on.
one. You forgot one, K-Ball.
I leave that to you guys.
No, we want to hear you talk about it. We talk about it all the time.
So the game Mr. Level is referring to is that we have a standing invitation, which is Splatoon Mondays, and that's as long as Level remembers that it's actually Splatoon Mondays.
Now,
But,
wait a minute. Wait a minute. You didn't have to bring. No, bro.
if you gonna talk about it, talk about it.
All right. Okay.
What actually happens is the crew, so me, Leveled, Mr. Norris, actually gets on the Switch. So yes, I do turn on my Switch, and we play Splatoon. And we play a little bit of that this week, this past Monday. Got a chance to play Salmon Run for my first time. I've never played it before. Got a chance to see Level complain about using sniper rifles, but he's much better with other guns. I will give him that. But we had to work together as a team to beat the levels, and we failed many times. But it was cool, a fun game to play with the homies. So if they want to dive a little bit more into it, they can. But it was good to get some gaming time in with the boys. And even if it's Splatoon, a kiddie game, still a fun game to play.
Oh my God, boy, he fresh off vacation on a hot one. You done, dude? You out of here, man? Get out of here! You slap yourself. Anyway, welcome to the show. We got some folks in the comment section. First of all, we got first name basis. Welcome to the show, bro. Now, you asked me a question. He said, "What's up, fellas? Hey, Level. I gotta ask, who's singing the background on what you've been gaming on?" It's me, Marty. No, it's me. That's me. Man, I don't sound good, so don't even try to act like I'm hitting all them sopranos. And I'm sounding horrible on that song, but it's me, man. It's a Leveled. Anyway, we got Nia. We got Nia in the comment sections. What's up, Miss Nia? She said, "Hey, K-Bomb is back. He can go back where he was after all that hate he threw on." Anyway, but thank y'all for tuning in on tonight. And Nia said it's Pratt with an R. Chris Pratt.
What you put? Oh man, hold on. What you put?
She got on us the last podcast, man. It's P-R-A. She said pronounce the R. There's an R in there. Anyway. Welcome to the show, Nia. But Mr. Norris, what have you been gaming on, bro?
Oh man, so I game with y'all. That's all I've been gaming on.
Right.
I haven't had any time, man. I don't took up some extra work and stuff, but no, I've been playing Splatoon with you guys, and it was a blast, man. Getting back on Salmon Run with y'all, and then running into that boss, and that was my first time playing a boss, so I didn't really know what to do.
Yeah,
they didn't show you that in the tutorial.
He had hands.
Right. It was pretty fun. I can't wait to try that again in some other modes and stuff. But that's all I've been gaming on that. Like I said, I haven't had a chance to play. I really want to get back on Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I want to knock that out. I saw Nia.
Oh, I thought you beat that.
I set it down for a minute.
Oh.
But like I said, I'm studying now too, so my time is limited. So
Okay. Nia said it's the teacher in me. Hey, if we saying it wrong, Nia, we saying it wrong. I be forgetting names. That's my thing. I can never remember. And I know the stuff. When I'm on here, I draw a blank. But no, be the teacher, correct us. If we saying stuff wrong, let us know so we can say it right. It's with an R. She said, pronounce the R. I guess I was saying Pat or something. I don't know. But she's like, would y'all please pronounce the R? Anyway, so as far as me, I've been on the same thing. It's been a Splatoon week for me. I messed around, took my PlayStation back upstairs, and I've been in my man cave a lot lately, so my Switch is down here docked on my portable dock, and I've been playing it with y'all. And yes, I did too enjoy Salmon Run. And that boss, I forgot what they called it, the big dude that kind of comes up like Godzilla or something.
Godzilla, yeah.
Yeah, that mug was kind of difficult. Didn't really know how to topple him, but we was holding our own though. I enjoy Salmon Run. I mean, it requires you to learn all the different weapons. And they could give you better weapons, especially with that sniper rifle and that roller. Like they give you the trashiest roller ever. Like, bro, you run out of ink within 5 steps. You out of ink, and it's like, bro, this is. But I enjoyed it. It kind of makes you learn all the weapons. I thought that was pretty cool. And jumping on with y'all, even though we got to use Discord on our phone.
Oh, Lord. Not smart.
But, so, if y'all want to jump on with us every Monday, we have what we call Splat Mondays. So, we jump on around, 8:30, 9-ish every night? And we're going to try to make that a little earlier. Level was having a theological discussion that had him intrigued and kind of was late. So that's what K-Bum was talking about. But we're going to try to jump on between 8 and 9 and probably give about 2-3 hours of Splat-tuning. So if y'all want to join us, first name basis and all the other ones, if y'all want to join us, meet us on there. We'll be jumping in either my party or Mr. Norris' party. Norris, tell them what your tag is.
What is it? Nigma 87. It's
Nigma
on here.
Okay.
KNIGMA 87.
Okay. Yeah, you might need to go on and get that, Nia. You might need to go on and get that so we can play with you.
Give him the friend's code while you at it. Yeah.
No, just
it's 187.
Stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
800 2220 456. Throw this mess away. That's what it is.
Oh, I missed the number. Let me go back to the top. 186.
Giving your whole credit card number away. Let's continue. So we got these topics set up for y'all. We don't have a whole lot. So I want to come out the gate with it. First of all, K-Bun was not here. Last week was a Mario. We seen the new trailer for the Super Mario Bros. Movie, right? So me and Keith, the Nintendo Ninjas got us. We was watching Keith, K-Bun, we was watching the trailer, right? Fair use and all, bro. We saying fair use every other second. Nintendo said, not today. Shut us down.
Man, they shut us down so fast.
They shut us down,
we
bro.
Gone, man.
Yeah,
I was in mid-sentence. I was like, we gone.
So now that you're here, I'm going to pull it up, but I'm not going to play it. But I'm going to pull it up and do what I did last time. I figured out a workaround. So there's a way to work around it without getting shut down. But so since you're here, first of all, I want to get your thoughts. What did you think about the trailer, man? Did you what you think about the trailer? Come on.
I laughed. I thought it was funny. I thought it was I thought it was a funny trailer when they had the homies throwing the snowballs at Bowser. I thought it was funny. I didn't think I would. I'm not a big fan of Jack Black, but there
What?
is some things that he does that's really good, and I think he'll be really good as Bowser. I'm not a big fan of him, but I think he'll be good as Bowser. So I thought his voice acting was good. I thought the animation was good. I thought the coloring, the lighting was all good. My wife, who has berated Level for liking kitty games, was very excited to see the trailer and says she is very excited to see the movie. She can't wait till it comes out. So I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a fun movie. I think it's going to be different than Sonic. I think Keith made a reference to Wreck-It Ralph. And I kind of agree. I think maybe
No,
I
it was
level
me.
said that.
Give
Oh,
my
okay,
credit.
okay.
Give my
Just
credit,
level.
K-Ball. Don't be
He
doing
says
that to
something
me,
every now
man.
and then. He say something.
You know what I'm
but,
saying? I come with that knowledge every now and again.
Oh,
Hey
Damn.
man, be careful. Be
just
careful.
don't hurt yourself, patting yourself on the back. Don't hurt your arm.
Yeah,
But,
I am cramped up a little bit. No, I'm just fast forwarded. I'm not playing it. They can't get me for this.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I personally, being not a Nintendo guy, my first memories of gaming is playing Mario. So I mean, that's my origin. It's playing Mario on the NES. And so there's something nostalgic about seeing this on the TV screen, and so I'm excited to see it. I think this is definitely much better than the Mario movie in the '90s, even already. So they have that going for them. So I think it's gonna be good. I'm excited. It looks fun.
Okay, so, and I agree with you, Nia. We kind of was talking. Me and Keith were kind of talking about that last week. She says let me read some of what she's saying. So she got two comments. She said, "My sister, who isn't into gaming at all, tagged me on the video and said we got to take my niece and nephew." She said also the casual audience is about to eat this up, and I absolutely agree. Now, so me and Keith already thoroughly expressed our joy of what we saw. I thoroughly enjoyed this trailer. I thought it was well paced. But we have a situation that seemed to have become an issue. Everybody liked Jack Black as Bowser. Everybody seemed to enjoy all the I can't think of that particular Koopa name, the one who right here, let me go back. I think it's
oh my goodness.
What is that character's name? I don't
the magic Koopa.
Yeah, what is his name? See Neil, there I go again, not remembering him right here.
I can't think of his name for nothing.
I can't think of his name either. I don't know him like that. But so everybody was happy about all the voices until we got to the main guy. And that's this dude right here. So Chris,
Kamek, that's it. Thank you, Neil.
what is it?
Kamek.
Kamek. Okay, Kamek. So everybody liked Kamek voice. I did too. I thought it was really good. But people are kind of salty, throwing a lot of shade. We didn't even have nothing but a 2-minute trailer, and Chris Pratt only spoke for maybe 5-6 seconds. And they are having a conundrum about his voice. So I thought, hey, let's kind of talk about this, because Keith, me and you touched on this, and after we did the show, we kind of touched on this a little bit, and I made a statement I'm going to make here. And I think I made it on the show, because yeah, it did stand out that it wasn't. It's to me, I'm audio. It did hit different than I was expecting.
That it wasn't racist. That's what you're saying.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I wasn't going that far with it, K-Pop. Do we need to have that conversation tonight?
No, the original Mario is a stereotypical voice. Man.
Absolutely.
It's a very stereotypical. We accept it because that's how he's always sound. But it's a very stereotypical type of voice. And
yeah.
And not that I'll leave it at that.
No, go ahead. Because you see, like I said, me and Keith already expressed. Now you bring up an interesting. I didn't even look at it from that angle. And maybe that could be, I doubt that is, but it could be. If Nintendo was worrying about the stereotype, they would have been unchanged. Okay, I just had one of my daughters sneak up on me like, girl, go upstairs. Bye-bye. Go on, get off me. No, we not playing. See how I get, this is what, I'm live, young lady. Go on. Let my, okay, where my belt? Where my belt at? Okay, y'all, hold up. She think I'm, all right, there she go.
He don't brought up the belt on the podcast. No, we don't have this podcast.
I'm messing with you. That's the only way. That's the only way I can get her to leave. She ain't going nowhere. But anyway, so as y'all know, I am a father. This is what we do live on the Live and Level Gamers podcast. Anyway, let me see what to say. So I see the comments down here, and I'm gonna start reading some of them. But so we can go down that lane, but we know Nintendo ain't tripping off that because if they would have been fixed Luigi and Mario's voice. So the issue is Chris Pratt doesn't sound like, what's his name? And we said his name wrong too.
Charles Martinet.
Charles Martin. If I say this wrong, don't beat me up. Martinet. I don't know if I said it right. But the original voice of Mario is not reprising the voicing of this character. They got Chris doing it. Now, I just gonna give my personal opinion. I do not think this is even worth losing sleep over. This is not a big deal, people. This is not. I think we're making this a bigger issue than it needs to be. Yes, are we going to have to get used to hearing Mario voiced by a different actor? Yes. Guess what? We've never heard Koopa. We've never really heard Mario talk outside of it's a medium audio. Woohoo! That's it. So I think going away from Charles, is that his name, Charles? Mm-hmm. Makes the character more relatable. You may be able to take him more serious. And you giving the movie star power that people know. Chris Pratt is a popular person in Hollywood. Jet Black, he's hot. So Mario got one of the most popular Hollywood actors voicing him that people who don't follow Mario like we do, who may not know who Charles is, knows who Chris Pratt is, and his humor and what he's going to do is going to bring some diversity, well-needed diversity, well-needed growth, well-needed expansion to Mario, to a whole new generation. So I believe there's a lot, and I'm going to throw this to Keith and then I'm going to come to K-Bomb. I believe there's a lot of potential here to take Mario beyond where he has been and make him appealing to a generation that he don't necessarily appeal to beyond those that have been devoted fans like us from day one and a few others that may be playing. I don't think Mario is as big with this generation as it is with us. So just like Sonic, he's been introduced to a new generation through the movies. Though they didn't play the original Genesis game. They didn't play the original NES Mario. So you got to do stuff, and I think it's fine. I don't think it's a big deal. But I'm going to throw it to you, Keith, and then K-Bone, you piggyback off him, and then I'm going to read through the comments and see what the folks are saying, and then maybe pull some of their comments in. Go ahead, Keith.
All right. So let me first say this. I went back on accident, and you can watch it on YouTube. I went back and started watching the original Mario movie. I ain't gonna lie to you, as a grown man, I was intrigued. I was watching it like this. Actually, I was at work too, and I was putting some computers together, and I was like, "Hey, man, hold up, this is actually pretty good." I didn't finish it because, like I said, I was working, but I was actually intrigued with what I was seeing with the original Mario movie. I think what the issue was, it was so far removed from the game that, you know, people just didn't like it, or maybe people just thought it was a bad movie. I don't know, but like it really had a decent plot. Anywho, Chris Pratt, Star-Lord, The dude from Jurassic Park. That's all I hear. And also, Mario's supposed to be this kitty, not kitty, but he's supposed to be appealing to children and stuff like that. His voice just sounds too manly. Like Chris Pratt's voice should be secondary, and the main character should be something else. I don't know. I could think of a million actors before Chris Pratt, but I haven't seen the movie, so I'm going to chill. And I think that's what everybody should do. Let's just chill, see what the movie looks like, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And maybe by the second trailer, we'll have more to say, and maybe they may do something like with the Sonic movie, with his visuals. But the guy who plays Sonic, I can't think of his real name, but I've seen him in a lot of stuff. But he did an excellent job of keeping that same energy that we've always known from Sonic. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So in all honesty, we really don't know what Mario really sounds like. Nintendo hasn't really given it to us. We've had that, but we haven't had a full conversation and dialogue. I mean, the closest we got was what, Mario Sunshine. Yeah, we barely got that. Everybody else was talking.
Yeah, Peach was talking. Yeah,
Peach and the King Mushroom guy, whatever his name is, they were talking. But yeah, I think we should all just reserve our judgment for the second trailer. I get it, Chris Pratt, it doesn't sound like he's even trying. It sounds like he's just reading. And it literally sounds like he's reading. Like, he can act, and it doesn't even sound like he's even acting. Like, it just sounds like he's just reading what you want me to say, Miyamoto? And here we go. That's it. Got it. Pay me. That's what it sounded like. It sounded like he just phoning it in. And I think that's the issue what people are having. But as far as his actual voice, I don't know. I think we should reserve judgment until that second trailer because we didn't really get a lot of dialogue, and it actually could work, But the surrounding cast, I will agree. Charlie Day as Luigi. I don't even know who Princess Peach is. Michael Keegan Key is a Mushroom or a Toad rather is excellent. And I heard that Jack Black isn't even using anything on his voice. That's actually him making that sound come out of his face. So I think that's pretty dope. So let's just reserve a little judgment. I get it. I understand. I'm right there with you. I'm on the line. You know what I'm saying? Not to take any of the sentiments away from the people. I see it all on Twitter and YouTube and people making the comments. But let's just preserve judgment to that second trailer. And if it's bad by then I might jump on that bandwagon too. But let's just chill.
I want to read what first name basis said. People need to stop complaining about Chris. They could have gotten Mike Tyson.
That would have been hilarious.
Nia say we should be used to those people who watch Super Mario Super Show should be used to a different Mario voice. That's true. Because Mario didn't sound like, but I guess at that point we didn't know what Mario sounded like, so they had more leeway to throw an Italian, New York, Brooklyn sounding guy as Mario. But like you said, K-Bum, and Nia kind of echoing what you're saying, it is a stereotype. It is kind of messed up. She said it'd be like, I thought this was cool. She said that's like if Mario was black and he was making chicken and watermelon jokes all the time, which is true. So, yeah, so Nintendo slap yourself for all this stereotyping of Mario. But taking what Keith said, and I'm finna throw it to you, K-Bum. I'm with you, Keith, but like you said, we don't know. We literally only had you heard most of Jet Black. We didn't get much of Mario. We got Mario saying, you heard him say, what is this? Kind of like, what is this world or whatnot? And then he said, here we go, or here we come. I didn't like how he said that either. I'm not going to front. It didn't hit right, but I don't care. I'm not here for Chris Pratt voice. I'm here for the movie. Long as the movie is good, Chris can sound like Chris for all I care. I don't care. He can. I kind of like Mario sounding, dare I say, grown like he is, uh, acting like he got a brain, like he not stupid, or just a star eating power up person always trying to save the princess with no thoughts. Like I'm kind of intrigued by Mario sounding like a grown man. I'm curious how this gonna go, and I think they definitely got the right person playing Luigi. But we've already shared all our sentiments. I don't want to. I want to bring K Bum on in here. So K Bum, not you not being an avid Mario connoisseur. You don't eat, sleep, drink Mario. Does Chris Pratt playing this role in his voice bother you, or do you have issue? Or go ahead, take the floor.
Bruh, I would have had issues if he would have came on the screen, Tomo. It's a me. I would
So
have had problems
okay,
because I am not going to sit for 2 hours listening to "It's a Me." Come on, the guys, let's play. No, for 2 hours in a movie theater? No, 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 no. You're making. We can. I don't want to hear that type of voice for a full dialogue type of sentence. No. Not when he's doing the little jumps and like you said, when he's doing all that jumping and blah blah blah, it's fine to have all that and have to, that voice works. That is not a 2 hour long conversation voice. It's not. I it's yes, yeah, what? Yes, it's not. It is, and so I was very happy he didn't sound like that. So I looked at it from a totally different direction because I would have been upset if I had to hear that for 2 hours. Now, on the other hand, it did sound like he phoned it in. I will say that. I will sound.
but see, we don't. Yeah, he did. He did. He
I will
did.
say that he didn't sound like he was giving his best, but it's 3 seconds. It's like 15 seconds. It probably wasn't even 15 seconds.
And
So
we don't
no,
even know. We don't even know if that's something they asked him to do for the promotion, and this ain't really the actual. Well, maybe not. This may not even be in the actual movie. I don't. We don't know. So
it's it's not that big of a deal, guys.
no, it's really not. I'm
It's
with you.
okay. And,
We
and
got.
I understand. And people, Mario is so ingrained into the culture of video games. He is one of those sacred characters. There's he is the character of video games, pretty much, right? When casual people think of video games, a lot of times they think of Mario. I think like if you have a casual to mention a game, they would probably mention Mario and Halo. That would probably be or Call of Duty would probably be the three games that they would mention. Someone who probably doesn't, maybe Fortnite, who doesn't play video games. He is recognizable anywhere he is. So there's a ownership, right? A possessive type of mentality that a lot of people have when it comes to Mario, and so I think they feel betrayed or let down. But I still don't follow it, right? Because to me, that voice is a video game voice. It's not a movie voice. It's not a conversation holding voice. And so I understand where people are coming from. I understand people's frustration, and I don't get the anger, but I get the frustration and the disappointment, right? But when you're gonna have a cast of people all sounding like normal people, because Jack Black sounds like Jack Black. He's doing some
Yeah.
cool things with his voice. I will say that, and he does sound good, but he sounds like Jack Black, right? And you're gonna have, and if you were to dare have Mario sound like that, I think it would have took away. I think it would have took away from the movie. It wouldn't have added to it. I think it would have took away. So I'm perfectly fine with him having, even if it's like a subtle Italian, because I did thought I heard like a subtle Italian type to his voice, right? Like he was, just a little bit, but it doesn't bother me that much. It's let's watch the movie. The movie going to be good, right? I'm not up in arms about his voice, and again, I'm not as possessive when it comes to Mario and Mario lore and everything that comes to Mario. But I don't personally, and this again, I say personally, I don't think it's that big of a deal. But that's,
Okay.
that's my that's my
K-Bone
perspective.
said the movie's going to be good. A Nintendo property. So make that a soundbite.
You gotta cut that
But
out.
we got Smash
We
Bros.
got this already.
But we got Smash
We got
Bros.
Smash Bros though. But anyway, let me add this tidbit because I wasn't gonna do this, but I was sharing something of a person that was sharing their thoughts on this movie, and I haven't done this in a long time. But Keith, I after listening to K-Bum, I was like, you know what? Why not? I ain't been on the rant in a long time, and I haven't said names in a long time. But But I want to say this too. Rule of two review. Is that how you say his name? It's a long name.
Oh
Rule.
my goodness!
Slap yourself.
I saw that.
Slap yourself.
Bruh, if you don't get that garbage, look, man, I understand. And let me.
Slap yourself.
And yeah, he deserved to slap yourself for that mess he made. I'm sitting up here watching this movie like, bro, are you finna cry? Are you really this emotional and wrecked over the fact that I guess you're not into the movie and you had to make a 20-minute video trying to explain your lack of enthusiasm? Like, bro, has it come to this? Like, to me, that anyway, let me let it go. But yeah.
Clout.
Bruh, I'm sitting up here looking at this dude like, bruh, if you don't turn his mic off, get your grown self up, go play some drums or make some music or something. But bruh, it is not this serious. It's a movie with an actor playing a fictional character. We should not be this emotional over any of this stuff. If you wasn't interested, you wasn't interested. We all said Chris didn't sound great for the few seconds we heard him.
Oh, he did.
He didn't. But if we was here for Chris, then I can get it. But we not here for Chris. We here to see Mario in a big adventure on the big screen, and that's it. I don't care who. What is it? First name basis. It could be Mike Tyson. I'm still there to watch it. I ain't gonna say I'm gonna enjoy it. I would have been there to watch it. So I just felt like that video was absolutely too much. But Keith, you got anything else to add? Man, I had to bring his name up. Man, let me do it.
Slap yourself.
Slap yourself, bro. That was retarded. That was silly. Let me say it like that.
There you go. Catch yourself now.
Yeah, catch myself. Go ahead.
But man, God dang it, Nia, I was just about to ask. So, what do y'all think this is gonna do moving forward? Because once we get this character, this basically a new character. You know what I'm saying? This is going to basically be a new character. I wonder what Nintendo is going to do with Mario moving forward. Are we going to go back to Yahoo and all the other stuff, or are we going to like start getting dialogue? And we kind of talked about this last time.
Bro, we finna get Scribbles and Scroobles. They ain't finna pay for no voice acting. It's gonna go right back to Scribbles and Scroobles. Let's just go ahead and accept it. And text.
That sounds just like Splatoon.
Sure do. But no, I don't see. I mean, I would hope that Nintendo would use this as a catalyst and a opportunity to advance Mario and all their IP to modern standards with actual voice acted characters. They tried it with Zelda. They tried it. A lot of folks didn't like it. I think it was just poor choice. If you're gonna get actors, pay for some real actors, voice actors. Don't have people in your Nintendo of America studio playing these characters.
But I think what happened with those early movies and TV shows and stuff like that, the lore wasn't created yet.
Right.
Now we actually have the lore to stand on. Kind of like, I ain't gonna get into all that, but yeah, we got some actual substantial things that we can stand on and build upon, and characters like Luigi's running away from these skeleton troop Koopas or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's something that they can pull right out of the Luigi's Mansions games. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or Toad being the treasure tracker guy. You know what I'm saying? So now you actually have characters that you can build upon. Early on, they was just spitballing. You know, oh, he's a
Right.
plumber. So you know, every time you saw Mario, he had like a little plumber vest on, not plumber vest, plumber belt, and he was trying to do the whole plumber thing, and that was the angle to keep it grounded. But now they can really explode with all of their characters, really, if they wanted to. And kind of like you were saying on the last podcast, I just don't want to see it in this movie, and I'm sticking with that. But we ain't gonna get into that.
Right. So we ain't gonna belabor this topic any longer. I feel like K-Bum got a chance to express his thoughts. It's cool to know that him and Miss K-Bum are actually interested in seeing this movie. April the 7th can't get here fast enough. I'm excited for Chris Pratt, Mike, Jet Black, and all of them. I'm here for it. If I don't get no woohoos, I ain't gonna be hurt. So I get that in one of the games, but on that day I want to hear him talk, and I'm kind of glad, like K-Bum said, that it is a distinguishable voice that we know that I know other folks can relate to more so than Charles. But anyway, let's move on. Any final thoughts on that, or can we move to the next subject?
Yeah, we can move on. But I do want to say one more thing. This probably would have been a perfect opportunity to get a new actor or a new voice actor or somebody who's up and coming, because Mario's character is so strong that it would have shot that person to the top. Chris didn't need it. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. I can get with that. The saga for the Sony Microsoft.
Hold on. First
Go ahead.
Base don't call me out. I done probably said it like 3 times. Yes, sir, you are right. His name is not Jet Black. His name is Jack Black.
Jack Black. I said Jet Black. My bad.
I probably said Jet Black too,
okay.
So I'm not gonna.
You probably caused me to say Jack Black.
I'll take blame for it. I probably said Jet Black 5 times, so I'll take credit for it. Thank you, Mr.
Jack
First Name Basis,
Black,
for making sure that we are on point with what we're saying.
But we got Smash Bros though.
But we always got that, K-Bun. We got Smash Bros. So anyway, so let's go. Microsoft and Sony has been entrenched in this acquisition of Activision. Sony is trying their darndest to block this acquisition. Microsoft supposedly is getting to the point of being fed up. So I want to kind of continue this conversation. So this is Microsoft takes the gloves off as it battles Sony for its Activision acquisition. Microsoft says Microsoft isn't happy with Sony and the UK Competition and Markets Authority. Going upstairs, boo-boo. No, we're not playing. She done snuck up on me again. The UK regulators signaled a in-depth review of Microsoft's $68.7 billion deal to acquire Activision Blizzard last month. And the CMA has now published its full 76-page report. And we can click it right there, but we ain't going to do that. And its findings.
76 pages, no time for that.
The CMA says it has concerns that Microsoft's Activision Blizzard deal could lessen competition in game consoles, subscriptions, and cloud gaming. But Microsoft thinks the regulators have simply been listening to Sony's lawyers too much. Oh, they getting saucy. They listening to them lawyers too much. Microsoft pleaded for its deal on the day of the Phase 2 decision last month, but now the gloves are well and truly off. Microsoft describes the CMA's concerns as misplaced and says that the regulator adopted Sony's complaint without considering the potential harm to consumers and incorrectly relies on self-serving statements by Sony, which significantly exaggerated the importance of Call of Duty. Microsoft even accused, let me get over here and read it over here. Microsoft even accused the CMA of adopting Sony's complaint without appropriate levels of critical review, suggesting that the regulator is simply just listening too much to what Sony has to say. At the heart of all the back and forth is access to Call of Duty and concerns around the future of game subscription. The CMA recognized that ABK's newest games are not currently available on any subscription service on the day of release, but considers that this may change as subscription services continue to grow. After the mergers, Microsoft will gain control of this important input and could use it to harm the competitiveness of its rivals. So this thing is heating up. I'll read a little bit more, but I'm gonna let y'all come in and share some thoughts. So how do y'all feel like this is going to play out? It seems like Sony is somewhat finding success with their appeal. K-Bum, I'm gonna bring you in. And y'all in the comment sections, let me know what y'all think as well. Nia, First Name Basis, and all the rest that's tuning in. If y'all got something to say, share it and we'll post it up. But K-Bum, what you thinking is where this thing going, man? Are they gonna get it or not?
Are they gonna get it or not? So I'm actually surprised that is where it is now. I thought that this would have been resolved a while ago. I thought it was a far-gone conclusion that Microsoft was going to acquire Activision Blizzard, and they would start their ownership of Overwatch, Call of Duty, and everything else fairly soon. The fact that this is still being deliberated does bring me
hold
concern
up, D2K. What you say? What is it being done? What's going on? You ain't gonna sneak that in there deliberated. Okay, all right. K-Bum, all right, the big
On the line,
words.
see, I read a little bit. Yeah, the fact that it's still being deliberated, it does bring me pause. That maybe they can impact this decision that Microsoft had. So I'm trying to find how to wrap this up quick, right? Because I don't want to be long-winded with this, because I really can be, but I don't want to. The thing is this: Sony's claims does have ground in reality, right? The thing is, you don't spend, what was it, $68 billion to share.
True.
You don't spend
Absolutely true.
$68 billion to share, right? When you're trying to, become the best. So I understand, and also we have the conversation that was brought to light a couple of months ago, where the CEO of Sony kind of stepped out and put out there that Microsoft is already making decisions to take Call of Duty off of the Sony console in the next 3 iterations, right? So you have that being made public by CEOs of the company, right? That information is out there. So I don't know how. The thing is, I don't know how much power this board has, right? I don't know. Do they actually have the power to nullify the transaction, right? And that, I guess, that's the piece I haven't done the research for. I haven't gone into it, but it is intriguing that they have at this point sided with Sony with some of their arguments, which I still believe. For me, looking at the situation, I lean more to Sony's statement because I reiterated on the podcast how huge Call of Duty is, because it is not only one game but 2 games when you add in the Call of Duty annual game and the Warzone, which each makes a ton of money on their own. That they would be losing 2 games, right? Call it, Warzone and the mainstream yearly annual Call of Duty. And it's funny because Microsoft made comments saying, "Hey, we won't take Call of Duty off of Sony's system. We'll lose too much money." And then you hear, like I said, the CEO saying, "No, 3 iterations and then you're done." Right? To me, that sounds like double talk. Right? You're saying you're not going to take it off. You're going to keep it competitive, but then you tell Sony you are going to take it off. You're not going to honor you're going to honor the contract for 3 years and that's it. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm surprised that it has continued this far, and I'm because of the lengthiness of this conversation and of this debate, I'm starting to lean that if they have the power, they may be able to affect the acquisition. Which beforehand I didn't believe was going to happen. Like I said, I thought it was a foregone conclusion. But the longer and longer this thing lingers, I'm really thinking that they may be able to impact this acquisition, and that would be wild to me. I'm going to leave it at this point. Personally, I think it would be. I'm trying to find a good word to use. I'm trying to find a hood word to use for Sony, without
A
sounding
hood
hood.
word?
Yes, I said hood word for Sony. But I want to make sure I get my point across clear, but I don't want to sound too hood.
Cock
But
blocking.
they would be very cock blockish. Thank you. If they actually succeed with this, they would be some haters if they
Yeah.
can actually succeed and make this block. I would look at them a little bit differently. Like y'all some chumps for blocking them. Y'all was scared of competition, even though your points were valid. uh, People understand. I'm saying that Sony has very fat valid points, and I think they're even more valid than what Microsoft is saying. But I still would think they're chumps for cock blocking this uh, acquisition. So that's acquisition. That's my point, and I'll leave it at that.
Keith, you want to go ahead? Because I'm going to read this article, this next, because this is where I wanted to get to. This is the part that I found very intriguing, where Microsoft went in their response. But go ahead and say your thoughts. Or do you want me to read this first and then you come
No,
afterwards?
listen. I haven't really been deep into the trenches of this. After hearing K-Bone, it makes me want to go research a little bit more. I do find it very interesting that Sony can say things and halt the process of them purchasing this company. Because it's not just Sony. I mean, that game comes to PC, and I know Microsoft isn't talking about pulling it off PC and all the other places that it exists, but it's very intriguing that Sony can say things and the courts or whatever the proceedings is like, yo, we got to take a look at this. And then it's also alarming that how Microsoft, how he brought up that they were saying, no, we're going to keep it on there blah, 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 for this amount of time, and then behind closed doors they're saying something completely different. And it's like, this game is literally bringing back the console war
Right.
in full force. But I also think it's sad that we're even at this point. Like Kayvon was saying, like how are we still here over two games and other stuff too? Like he brought up Overwatch. Like a lot of people don't consider that. And wouldn't World of Warcraft be a part of that too? Or am I wrong?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
World of
well,
Warcraft,
right.
Yeah.
Starcraft.
But they're
There's
not
a
concerned
lot of
about
things
none of
that.
those games. They're not caring about that.
That's not. It's not actually on Sony's system. Warcraft is not on Sony's
Right.
system. It's
Right,
on
that's
the
what I'm
PC.
Right.
So
So they don't care. They just caring about that COD. That's
they,
it.
they care about what affects their money, which
But here's the
is
thing, though.
COD.
Here's the thing. And Keith, you were still talking. I that was rude of me. Go
I mean,
ahead.
I don't. Like I said, I want to do some more research on this. I don't really know how to even tackle this. A part of me I kind of personally want to see Microsoft get it, and here's why. I want to see if they can actually do good with something that's actually already proven.
Okay.
A lot of their games don't hit well. They had the big juggernaut Halo that come out and it doesn't hit. So here's a game that you really don't have to tamper with. You are going to mess up by taking it off Sony's console. So all that money that you thought you were going to see, it's not going to be there because how it is right now, how it's set up, that's how it's making its money by
Right.
turning it into an exclusive and putting it in one platform. Now you've basically said, screw all that other money. We're gonna keep it on our platform, and maybe the people will come after a certain amount of time, sure, but hopefully by then you have other stuff for them as well when they get there. So I'm kind of curious to see what Microsoft will do to it. Will it crash and burn because of their history? Let's just call a spade a spade. Will it
Right.
crash and burn? and how will Sony actually respond when they have to actually compete? You know, it's all fun in games when it's like, oh, we got Call of Duty's making us money, like it's making us billions of money. You know what I'm saying? Millions, billions, whatever. It's making us a lot of money, so we have the time to work on our God of Wars and our Horizons and Uncharted's and all those games. Now, if Microsoft gets it, what do you do? You know what I'm saying? What do you? How do you actually compete now in Microsoft? How do you keep it alive? You know, a lot of games come over to the Microsoft system and die. So
Right.
I'm curious on that from a consumer standpoint. As far as the legal stuff, I don't know, man. I thought it should have been done a long time ago, honestly.
Yeah.
So
No, I mean, Nia kind of said what you said when it comes to Microsoft. He said, no shade, no shade, no shade. But this is what happens when the lifeblood of your console is third-party games. And for Microsoft, that is absolutely true. But Keith, you brought up an interesting point. Sony uses third party to offset development for their first party. So if you remove Call of Duty, that does expose the times and the distance between your first party offerings. So that brings them into like a Nintendo, because that's what happened to the Wii U. You didn't have third party to cloak or mask those months and years in between Nintendo first party. You didn't have third party to offset that. So that's an angle that I didn't even think about. That be another reason why Sony, maybe not so much that them having Call of Duty is an issue, but what it does to them in their development cycles could be a problem. But all the way around, like K-Bum said, Sony hating. But I want to read this because Microsoft went an interesting way with this, man. And I originally saw this on Spawn Waves. I was listening to him and this stood out to me. That's why I was like, man, we got to talk about this because this is interesting where Microsoft went. It says, Microsoft full response to CMA seems seen by The Verge also includes parts where the company tries to comically make it look like it somehow sucks at gaming and can't compete. And I wanted to get the real article, but I ain't got time to try to find it.
That Microsoft, that they suck.
Yeah, Microsoft tried to paint themselves as trash. Literally. Microsoft says Xbox is in last place in consoles and seventh place in PCs, and nowhere in mobile game distribution globally. And Microsoft argues it has no reason to harm or degrade rival cloud gaming services, as it wants to encourage the major shift in consumer behavior required for cloud gaming to succeed. So Microsoft literally said to the CMA, "Look, we suck." Sony has
sympathy.
Yeah, they basically like, look, we suck. We last place. We not second place. They even said they behind Nintendo, bro. So, I mean, this is comical. This is kind of like, what are we doing here? Why? What you said is stoking up the console war. To me, Keith, it goes a step farther. The console war was seen to be more with the gamers. It seemed like this is now with them for real. Like they looking at each other like in bitter rivalry. Like this, like we going at it with Sony. Microsoft is literally and Sony is literally going at each other legitly beyond just trying to win market shares. But they really locking horns over this. So I felt that kind of. Nia, I thought the same thing. What is seventh place in PC? What does that mean?
I guess they may be counting like Steam, Origin.
Oh, okay. Stream. They should have said
And
streaming services.
No. Those are not streaming services. Those are still
Well,
game. They're still gaming places.
Places, right?
Steam,
You're right.
Steam is where you go buy games. Origin is where you go buy games. Then you have the Microsoft Store where you go buy PC games. You have Epic has a store where you go buy games. Ubisoft has one. So they may be referring to that. I'm not 100% sure.
I can
but
already. Go ahead. My bad.
no, I'm saying that's what I think.
Yeah, I
Microsoft out
agree.
here talking about we behind Google Stadia.
But this is what I think gonna happen. Bill Gates gonna make a phone call, be like, "Look, did y'all go ahead and tell Sony we buying this stuff and go ahead and shut them down?" And that's gonna be done. And Bill Gates make one phone call. CMA just, we found nothing wrong. They can go ahead and buy it. So I don't think they're gonna be able to stop it. But they putting up a fight though.
Well, what I find interesting, I want to say this, because I don't think I got a chance to bring this up when we talked about the death of Stadia. Stadia actually brought up in there, they were having an internal conversation, and people were asking Phil Spencer. I actually remember that name. Look at that, Phil Spencer. Spencer.
Phil
Was it-
Spencer.
Yeah, the guy used to be of Sony, the bald-headed guy. But they were asking him,
Oh
kind
wait,
of
you talking
reason.
about Phil Harrison?
Yeah, there we go, Harrison. Yep, I didn't
Harrison.
know it. I was wrong. But it was asking him because he's actually over some of the work in Stadia. Like what's the driving force behind this? Why be closing? Blah blah blah. And in one of his statements on reasons why he brought up the acquisitions that Microsoft is doing.
Yeah, he did. We talked about that. So did.
I didn't think we went too much into it, but
We didn't go
you know,
into it, but we kind of brought it up.
Okay,
we read it in
and
the article.
Okay, yeah. So that Stadia, which is a recent thing closing, which is a recent thing that just happened, is also mentioning the acquisitions that Microsoft is doing as killing them. Which
I don't see how that's possible.
I don't know how. I mean, I can see that. I can. No, I'm not gonna say I can't see it, right? Because if Stadia needs third party, and if Microsoft is buying third party so that they no longer work with Stadia, now you have a smaller group of people you can now work with because they don't have first party. So I can see where they would say, but I don't think it's the reason. But I can see why they would say that. So I just wanted to bring that piece up.
Okay. Yeah, I mean I don't see how. Well, at this present time, maybe down the road, yeah, but I don't see how Microsoft acquisition of anything directly affected Stadia. Stadia didn't have nothing. I hate to say it, but Stadia only had third-party titles, and nothing Microsoft has done right now would affect Stadia currently. It may affect Stadia down the road. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
No, I mean it would though. If they were trying to get a deal to get Skyrim or some kind of game, and then Microsoft buys them, Microsoft's not going to put Skyrim on Stadia.
Right,
It's
down the
third party.
road. Down the road.
No, now.
I got you. Okay.
Microsoft owns Stadia. Owns Bethesda now. And so they may have been working a deal with Bethesda, and the acquisition from Microsoft stopped any Deathloop or Dishonor, Skyrim, or any game that they were trying to get on their system from happening.
Okay, I got you.
That's the point I'm trying to make. Yeah.
Got you. Okay, good point. All right, Keith, anything else on that particular topic?
No. But
Okay.
I see what K-Bone was saying though,
Yeah.
or Phil Harrison was saying. Maybe that's why Stadia didn't have anything. You know what I mean? Maybe that's why Microsoft had already been there and be like, "Hey, don't put nothing on there," because there could. Anyway, Stadia, we miss you, even though you still exist, but
We miss you already.
Okay, so now we got this last subject, and I'm trying to make sure I got the right trailer up. The Last of Us. So how? Let me ask y'all this, and I'm trying to. There it is. I knew that wasn't right because I was like, that's not on Netflix. It's on HBO. And I'm trying to see if I can play this. I'm not sure because I'm not trying to get ninja'd over this. I don't think I'll get into any issues with this. Fair use. But we starting to see a trend. And we starting to see this trend kind of turn into, well, let me not make that statement yet. Let me ask, do y'all feel that we're starting to actually see game adaptation to movies find success. I would say Sonic did. I think Sonic is a success. I believe what Mario has coming will be a success. But we have had other movies like Doom, what is that? Resident Evil, what's another? Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia.
So we've seen a lot of duds from the game to movie adaptation. We had Nathan Drake, Uncharted. I would say it's a good movie.
I still haven't watched that yet. Thank you.
Is Tim Allen really Nathan? No.
Wait.
What?
Tom Holland.
Wait.
Tim Allen is.
Yeah, Tom Holland. Man, doggone it. Slap yourself, Level. Okay, my bad. Tom Holland looks nothing like Nathan Drake. Nia, don't you say nothing in the comment section. Let that slide. I wish I could go back and just rip that whole part out. Okay, so he looks nothing like Nathan Drake, but the movie is good. So I would still say it's good. It's a success. So are we starting to see a trend where look, she laughing. Where video game to movie adaptations are finding success. I'm gonna play this trailer and then we're gonna have this conversation. Fair use.
Okay.
Please don't hit us. Don't hit us. Let us get through this. So this is not new. This is not new, but this is the trailer. And let me turn it down a little bit. This is the trailer to The Last of Us adaptation series that's going to be coming to HBO Max, which I got. So I'm good. But it looks good, y'all. So I don't feel comfortable playing no more. So I guess I let it play. I don't think they're going to mess with us. Fair use. I think they got the right people playing the characters, too. I like him.
Mr. Mandalorian.
Man.
Just-
Mando.
Yeah, he is. That was Mandalorian, wasn't it?
Yep. Was I first seeing that actor when he got his eyes pushed out his head in Game
Right.
of Thrones. But he's turned out to be a really good actor.
I'm not sure if I like who playing Ellie, but she may grow on me. But he looked he looks like Joel. He looks like Joel. What? Wisher what?
We're talking about video games.
Oh yeah, Witcher.
Witcher,
Yeah,
The Witcher.
yeah. I forgot about the Witcher. You're absolutely right.
Man.
Yeah, that's absolutely a success. So, I felt like this is something that deserves topic. First of all, let me stop it. Hold up. I was trying to get back to a particular part. First of all, how do you feel about this particular, the potential of this particular series? It looks like it's going to be good to me, personally. I'm already ready for it. But Keith, I'll bring it in because I started with you last time, K-Bum. I'll bring Keith in. What you think, bro? Are we starting to see? Are they starting to find the formula that works? And I kind of want to tap into why we think it's working. What are they doing? What are they doing right that's making it work now that wasn't happening before? But go ahead.
Marvel. I will give Marvel credit to that. They're trying to stay true to the source.
Right.
So when you see these new movies and stuff pop up, I will give them credit for that, because if I was doing the Last of Us TV show, I wouldn't even put Joel or Ellie in it. You know what I mean? That would have been my first idea. Is like, I just want to put something in this world, but of course people would have complained about it. But I think the world that they've created is amazing and Walking Dead-ish, but different. Since they're not actually zombies, they're actually what is like a parasite or something, or a fungus,
Yeah, fungus.
something like that. But I think it's gonna be pretty cool. It might actually make me go get HBO again.
Assassin's Creed. I forgot about that. That was a movie too.
We don't
Sorry, I'm
need
just
to
stuff was popping in my head. I apologize.
I don't
Assassin's
think they
Creed got a
do it.
movie?
Yeah, he did. See, that tells you about
I
as much
don't.
as you need
I
to know.
don't think we should talk about Assassin's Creed.
What?
I don't know if it was
When
good or not.
Assassin's Creed had a movie, what movie did they have?
Yeah, they had a movie.
You sure that wasn't Prince of Persia?
That's Prince of Persia.
No, man, Assassin's Creed. The guy who actually played Magneto was the guy in Assassin's Creed.
Where was this movie at? I ain't seen it. Did it go straight to
No, it was
DVD?
it's in movie theaters. With the movie theaters.
Oh, that
Assassin's Creed
gotta
had
be
a
Did they have a
trash.
lot
I
of
don't
stuff
know.
on the map?
Good one, Keith. Go
But
ahead,
no,
though.
I think. Well, you know, The Last of Us, the world itself is amazing, and the stuff behind it with all of the different fractions and all the different camps and all that other stuff. I think that's amazing. It's something that you can build upon. It is kind of weird though because the games are so strong in their story to take that and start making an actual story. It's kind of almost like, are you taking away from the game? Is it gonna tie in, or are we just retelling it for people who don't play the game? Because anybody who's played The Last of Us knows that it was a good story, it was a good game. So it's like for all those people who missed it, or all those people who like things like The Walking Dead, we got some for you. Also, guess what? There's a game with it, so it's kind of like this cross advertising type of thing. But I think it's gonna be cool. I think there's a lot of stuff around it. Like people don't like Ellie, and she. I don't judge little girls, but that's not an attractive little girl at all. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna be the one.
The video game Ellie.
No, I'm talking about
Nah,
this TV show, this
yes.
real life
Okay.
person that I'm making a
Okay.
comment on. Lord forgive me,
Okay.
but but yeah, like she looks so weird to me.
She just don't look like Ellie at all, and no,
It just-
like
at all. Like it just wow. What were they? And of course he doesn't really look like Joel, but I can understand that.
I can
take
picture
that.
him as Go.
yeah. He's a
Right.
good. He doesn't look. You don't have to look 1-to-1, but he fits.
He embodies what you would think.
Yeah,
Joel
he
kinda
has
looks
the ruggedness and
Ruggedness.
and she just looks nothing like Ellie, like at all. Like
At
I'm
all.
sorry.
But I think it's gonna be cool, man, because like I said, the story is strong. Now we just need God of War. Isn't God of War doing something?
I hope so.
Show or something?
Yeah, they're already in
So-
conversations.
Yeah, so we can just go in full circle. Nintendo, don't just stop with Mario.
Right. They need to go and do that Zelda series. I'll watch that and give it to the
Right.
Game of Thrones and let them make it. But anyway, I'm finna bring it to UK Bomb. But you were saying you was looking for that next game. Last of Us 2?
Who, me? Oh.
K-Bomb, he said he's looking for his next single player. Last of Us 2?
It's in the running.
Okay. I mean, because
Possibility.
I know you said
It's a possibility.
like
It's a
me and you both had to kind of build up we had to build ourselves up to get back into that universe that world because it's a daunting, depressing, nerve-wracking. Yes, Nia, it would I guess it's not as I'm gonna say the second one is not as bad as the first one. Or maybe because I have been here, it didn't the creepiness didn't last as long and the isolation didn't feel as isolated as before. Visually, it's gonna mess you up. It's gonna be some moments where you're gonna put the controller down and say, tomorrow, we'll do this tomorrow. I did that a couple of times. I think I made it far enough tonight. I'll do that tomorrow. So, but no, I'm gonna throw it to you, man. And Keith kind of hit it on the nail. They stand close to the source. But why do you feel like they're finding success now? And what you think about the potential of this particular series? Go ahead.
So the question should be: are they finding success? That's the first thing, because I personally
they are.
I think there's still a lot more misses than there are hits when it comes to these video game movies.
Lately?
I still think there's more misses than hits. We're gonna talk about the ones that hit, you know what I'm saying, like Sonic and stuff like that. But I think there's still some pieces and points that people miss. Still think Resident Evils have been trash.
No, we know
and
that.
They keep coming out with Resident Evils. I mean, there was a Netflix series that came out, and then there was a movie that came out like last year or 2 years ago. They're gonna keep coming.
Right.
But I think there is an audience for it, right? So two things I want to say. Two things I want to peep out. Um, One, let's take The Witcher. Witcher was successful and blown away audiences. Why? Because you had passionate people working on it. People who were passionate about the actual game and wanted to bring not just the game and the book. Let me be clear here, because a lot of the book here like it's about the book. Well, the passion about what the game, understanding what the game created, and passionate about the book as well. They wanted to bring it to real life, right? And you see people passionate about even this movie that's coming up. People are passionate about it, right? The people who did Last of Us 2 were on the set of this movie, of this TV series, I guess it would be, right? And they were actually on the set and making sure that they take this with care. And there's something else that came out. Cyberpunk just came out with a series on Netflix.
Oh yeah,
and
I haven't seen that.
and
Is it
it's
animation
really
or
good.
real?
Animation.
Okay.
Matter of fact, Arcane, which is which is in the world of League of Legends. It's in the same world. It's the same characters from League of Legends. They have a show on Netflix, and what the video game people are understanding is that if you can get a good product, put the money into it, find the people who are passionate about it,
Tekken.
find people who want to make it successful, you're going to see a return on your video game. When The Witcher came out, player count on The Witcher video game skyrocketed. When Cyberpunk, the animated series came out on Netflix about a few weeks ago, the Cyberpunk skyrocketed.
What about
User
Tekken?
base. I don't know. I don't remember reading the same thing about Tekken. Tekken, because Tekken has tried this before. This isn't the
Right.
first Tekken TV series. Tekken, there's been a Tekken movie.
Right.
Real
and
like I said, I
animated.
don't think Mortal Kombat had the same type of thing when they had their movie. You know, 'cause they had a Mortal Kombat movie about a couple years ago, which was okay. Wasn't trash. Wasn't great. It was okay. So, but you're seeing more people who are passionate about what they're actually making and not just trying to make a quick buck, right? Back in the day, it was about just, putting something out there. People are going to buy it just because of the name, and it doesn't have to care about the source material. Just make a decent enough movie that we can make money off of. And you're seeing people actually being passionate about what they're producing. And I do have to agree with Keith. I think a part of it is what Marvel is doing, showing that, hey, if you put passionate people behind something, you can produce something good. And they kind of laid out this template, and people are following, and some are finding success. So I still think there's some duds out there, and but I think duds are, when you don't have the right people behind it, you kind of get those duds. DC. And so,
Dude, we was having such a good, we just doing so good. You had to throw the shade now.
So, but anyway, no, seriously.
When the Snyderverse people come over here and raid our bum our comment section because you talking about DC.
Was good. No, the Snyderverse was good. It just sucks that you needed 4 hours to tell your story, but it was still a good.
Keep adding on to it. Keep on adding on to it.
I can't help it. I'm sorry. That's me.
Good. Okay. Was you done? I ain't want to.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Because listening to you, I would say I agree. Now I don't count Resident Evil, even though they steady making movies. Resident Evil's been bad since the first one. They have never made a good one, so I count. I just throw that into the pool of trash with the stuff that came out earlier. But I think they've been on. I believe, and I think Keith hit it right on the nail with both comments. The Marvel has showed them the way, so to speak.
I'll show you the way.
Right. Yeah. Staying close to the material, having it, like you said, K-Bomb, having passionate, connected producers and script writers who know the material, who love the material, and want to see that reflected in the live adaptation. I feel like, yeah, y'all all right. But I do believe they've been on a good track run, I would say, the last few years. Like I said, Uncharted was good. I enjoyed it from front to end. I just didn't feel like Old Boy was really fit Nathan Drake, but it was still good. Mark really didn't feel like Sully, but it still was good. Good writing, good acting, just a good entertaining time. I felt like Sonic 1 and 2 was good. I believe Mario is going to be good. What was the other one? It was another one that was pretty good. Witcher. Witcher 3 was both seasons was good.
Yeah.
So they've been on a good track record. So I guess I got two questions before we get out of here, right? Since all these movies got God of War coming,
Yep.
I will hope that Nintendo will be smart. Because I don't know if Zelda should be a series or a movie. I would lean that it needs to be a series because there's just so much to cover. And something like The Lord of the Rings or, like I said, Game of Thrones folks can make a Zelda adaptation. But I have two questions. What previous video game to movie adaptation that failed would you like to see reattempted, real life, not anime, or anime, and state which way? It could be animated or real life. And then what game have we not seen that you believe should get a movie adaptation? I'm almost done, but we're going upstairs. I throw this at you first, Mr. Keith. What movie from the past or trash heap of game to movie adaptation would you like? And in the comment section, y'all can answer this as well. Would you like to see reattempted? Rather made into, if it was real life attempt, but they messed up, and you could bring it back as an animation. Because Mortal Kombat, they screwed up the second this newest Mortal Kombat. They screwed it up. It had all the potential in the world, but they screwed it up by not staying close to the material. So, Keith,
I didn't have one until you said Mortal Kombat. Street Fighter. I was
you took mine. That's the one I was coming with. Go ahead. That's the one I was gonna come with. Go ahead. Why? You gotta explain why. Go ahead. So you're over the Street Fighter. Okay.
Because they were trying to be too realistic. They gave us one Hadouken, and nah, man, go crazy with the powers. Let them go. I don't know if Blanca was in that movie or not, but let them go crazy. Let them be true to the characters in real life. If you want to try to, make it seem realistic or whatever. But I mean, we've had some great movies. What was that one movie with the dude who made the big fists in the ground when he was jumping? It was like a Korean. I can't remember the name of that movie. But anyways, we got the technology now. You know what I'm saying? And we don't need big buff dudes like the games though. We don't need that, but we do need powers in it, and that's one of the things I think that was missing back in the day. They were trying to be too grounded, and no, people don't have that. And then he had that one Hadouken, and it didn't even look good. It was like a flash on the screen or something like that. So that would be what I would like to see. What I would like to see brought back. What I would like to see as a movie, and y'all can tell me if I'm wrong if there is one that exists, but I've never seen it. Silent Hill. I think Silent Hill would be a great.
I thought they did have one.
If they, oh my god!
I think it's Japanese though. I think it's Japanese. I think the Japanese made one, but that we really never seen here.
Okay, well,
But I think they did make a Silent Hill movie, if I'm not mistaken.
Hold up, I want to read this real quick. No, that was K-Bum said that. I thought that was a good point. K-Bum said we do have a need for speed. It's called Fast and Furious. Go ahead. I'm in the comment section. I just read that. Thought it was funny.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
2006. They did a Silent Hill movie in 2006.
for real?
Yeah, 2006. It got a 31 on Rotten Tomatoes. That tells you about how much that did.
Looking at this Street Fighter.
Yeah. They did do a Silent Hill movie.
Looking at
Okay,
this,
I gotta.
looking at this Street Fighters footage, man. This was just. Go ahead. Who is it's still on you, Keith? You said Street Fighters. You said they were trying to be too real, and you said Silent Hill was your one that you didn't think was made, but since it is one, what's another one?
God.
What's another
Oh
one?
man, then the only natural thing would be Metal Gear Solid.
Take one of mine.
Okay,
I'm sorry, guys. I'm just reaching in your heads.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good.
that
one.
is a
That's
good one. That's a real good one.
One of my
Okay, all right, okay. So Street Fighters, but you just took right out of my, just took it, just snatched it out of my soul. But what was the other one?
Silent Hill, but no, Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid. Okay, K-Bomb is on you.
Yeah, they need to do this movie again, and they do it right. It is one of my favorite story-driven video games I've ever played in my entire life. I love it to death. Still waiting for them to do the remake of the original. So I need you to do this movie actually good this time, and that is Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. You got to do it right. I don't know what y'all did the first time, but that wasn't Prince of Persia.
Was it bad though?
It wasn't trash, but it wasn't good.
Okay.
It wasn't trash, but it wasn't Prince of Persia. Like
No,
they took elements from the original Prince of Persia, but the Jake Gyllenhaal was actually more of a Prince of Persia from like the third one or the second one, where he was like this emo heavy metal guy. You know, when they had Godsmack as the soundtrack for the game, right? So I would rather I would want it to be done right. So that again, this is the redo.
Prince of Persia. Here it is,
redone.
y'all. This is what K-Bomb talking about right here. This.
It's resident. My favorite. It is near and dear to my heart that video game was. So I would definitely want to see them do it again. And Keep hit a good one when he said Metal Gear Solid. Yeah, so that's the game. I mean, that's the movie. It wasn't that good. Keep did hit on a good one when he said Metal Gear Solid. I was definitely thinking of that because I thought that could be a good one. But something that's recent that I think would make a really good series or a good movie. Even though it's not any of my favorite game, but I just think it would suit very well for movies. I would say God of War, but they're already coming out with God of War. But The Division, I think the
Oh
story
yes.
behind The Division would make a really good movie. I thought the setting was really cool. I liked some of the story behind it. I think that apocalyptic type of video game would fare well even to a series type of um, platform, or make it a series. It doesn't have to be a movie. I think even if you made that a series, it would be really good because I just think it fits itself very well in that atmosphere.
You down on that Ubisoft Mountain Hill, right?
But I think both of them are Ubisoft. You're right.
Yeah.
I
No.
didn't even pay attention. You're right.
There isn't a. I'm answering the question. No, Nia, there isn't a Division movie. He's saying that would make a good movie. Division would make a good
that's the
movie.
one I would want. Yeah, that's the one I would want. That they don't have is that one. The one that was a movie is Prince of Persia. You saying Assassin's Creed because it was supposed to be Prince of Persia, but yeah, Prince of Persia would be my one that I would need a remake.
Okay, so for me, since Keith stole my Street Fighters, I'm gonna go to another near and dear game that I just truly love that a movie was made for that was just totally mishandled, and that was Double Dragon. Now, I'm gonna say this probably would make sense now because Double Dragon is a game that they have made. We have seen Double Dragon resurface, but it's just been like a nostalgia kind of resurfacing of that 2D side scroll beat 'em up. But like this or maybe Streets of Rage, but they did this movie so bad, like it was just horrible. Like it was terrible. and it made no sense. It was just B-rate from front to end. Like just, I mean, as you see, I mean, it's right in your face, folks. This is the kind of stuff that they thought was cool. These terrible, what is this? Makeup artists and all this stuff. It was just bad. So I would love to see them do this right, but my main one, if I be honest, my main one is Street Fighters. Street Fighters was such an absolute disappointment for me. I mean, absolute utter trash from M. Bison's. The person they had playing in Bison, dude, this is the dude that played in the Addams Family, man. This is not M. Bison. He didn't have no muscles.
I do like that actor though.
I like the actor,
good.
but he ain't
He's
in
good.
Bison. He's not in Bison,
he's
man.
legendary though. And
Van Damme is legendary too. Van Damme was legendary too, but I didn't like him as my guy. So this movie hurt. This hurt because I was a Street Fighters guy, and to sit there and have to admit that the Mortal Kombat movie was leagues better, and it wasn't that good itself, but it was way better than this. Keith, I'm with you. Yeah, so Street Fighters is the one that I would love to be, and since Street Fighters are still relevant today, unlike Double Dragon, I would love for this to get an actual. Now we got a lot of animated Street Fighters that are pretty good, so I would like a live adaptation Street Fighters to be made and taken serious. I think that'd be dope. We got some of that with that series that they had on YouTube, and it kind of got cut short, but it was really good. It was actually really good. So I may have already gotten my wishes, but the other one, and I've been kind of singing it. And I'm going to say two. One would be, like I said, Zelda. And the reason I say it is because, I mean, we've had The Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit. I'm a real Game of Thrones, House of Dragons fanatic. I'm just there for that type of aesthetic. And they do that's Witcher. It kind of explores that similar kind of world, wouldn't y'all say? Darker, but still kind of that fantasy world. I think we've seen so much success with these type of worlds that Zelda would be a dope one that I think could actually be good in the hands of the right group. So I've been saying.
How would you like it done, though? How would you like it done? Live action or animated?
It got to be. If it's gonna be done, I mean, I wouldn't mind a animation if they do it anime. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I would like a live action. I would like it to be done at the level of, like I said, Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, Game of Thrones, House of Dragons. If they can do it at that level, The Witcher, like that quality animation or a quality live adaptation, to me, that's what I would want if I was to get a Zelda. Another one, and I was torn on this, I don't know if because I believe this character needs, her lure needs to come out. And it's going to be a lot of Nintendo stuff because we seeing a lot of the Sonys, and I don't know if I want to see Gears of War or Halo. We got Halo. We didn't even bring Halo up. Is that good? Is the Halo series good? We didn't even bring it up.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah, so
Nia watched it. I saw her on Twitter talking about it.
is it good, Nia? Is Halo good? But anyway, let me not lose my thought.
I watched it. It's decent. I'm not waiting on season 2.
I would like to see, because I don't know much about the story. And after playing Metroid Dread, I would like to see Metro or Samus get a movie where our show.
Did you beat that yet?
We ain't gonna talk about that, Keith. Why you have to mess up a good thing,
We don't
man?
talk about Bruce.
We're not gonna talk about that, man. I got to the final boss. I seen him. I know what he looked like. So Zelda, Metroid, that'd be Nintendo. This is what I thought about when you brought up Silent Hill. And I think K-Bum would appreciate this one. Dead Space.
Oh yeah, that'd be
I
nice.
just saw an article today that said the legendary horror guy that does the horror movies. I forget his name. What is his name? But it's one of the legendary horror guys that does a lot of the horror movies. He said he would love to make a Dead Space movie. He said,
Well,
he said he would love.
Event Horizon is basically Dead Space.
Event Horizon is as close to Dead Space as you can get.
Right. So
And that movie was
freaky.
Nia talking about being a punk and being scared. That movie, wee. Had me messed up when I was a kid, boy.
Yeah, that movie,
Good Lord.
that movie snatched the Not a Lights of Sleep away. So, and you know what? And I still don't fully understand all that took place in this movie. But when you saw them kind of stuck inside the walls and all that stuff, man, I was like, what the world is this, man?
It got me.
Yeah,
Well, you're right. It is very close to Dead Space. You are absolutely right.
I think a lot of the inspiration for Dead Space came from Event Horizon. Absolutely,
I agree.
So, good show. Any other thoughts? I don't think any other games to movie we think we need to see.
I would love to see a show. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I would love to see a show of Splatoon. In the same vein of that Cyberpunk show.
So anime, that may be dope.
Yeah, I would love to see animation. I would none of that.
But I would see if they did a Splatoon, I would like it to be like a cartoon for kids that like that. I wouldn't want it to be, almost like what is that?
I wasn't saying like the same type of like maturity. I was just saying in that same type of art style.
Okay, got you. Because I would love to. I think they can market Splatoon to kids and young, like my daughter, like I say 12 and down, as an anime series like that come on every day and they can come on watch. I think Splatoon could work that way. It got that, definitely. I don't know if I would watch it, but I think it'd be something my daughters would definitely get into. K-Bun's like, I don't know about that, but I saw Donkey Kong down here, but we got Donkey Kong because he's gonna be in Mario. So
we had the TV show too.
What about Punch Out with Mike Tyson?
That would be dope. Maybe we can get Michael B. Jordan, put some gray hair on him. He can be the trainer. What's the trainer?
Yeah,
I would love to see that as an anime, to be honest.
Yeah, that could be an anime.
As an anime, I would love to see that. I think that'd be funny. And to our first name basis comment he left down there, I'm sorry, brother, but Dallas is going to lose Sunday night. It's going to be Philly. That's just how it's going to be. Sorry, buddy, if you're a Dallas fan.
What's the score?
No. He's asking about the Sunday night game. He said who's.
Oh, okay.
He asked me who I thought was going to win, and I definitely think Philly's going to get that dub.
Man, I gotta find since I cut the card, man. I gotta find a way to access my sports. I'm hurting over here. I bought Disney Plus.
YouTube TV has Red Zone.
It comes with YouTube TV?
Nope. I pay an extra like $10. I pay $70 a month for all my sports, Red Zone, and everything.
Can you get Red Zone? Is there a way to get Red Zone by itself? Just paying for it?
It's a way to stream Red Zone.
And it let you watch all the games.
You can stream Red Zone. That's what I watched when I was in Mexico because I couldn't watch YouTube TV.
You got to hit me to that because I'm hurt.
I got y'all.
Yeah, I'm hurting.
Don't get me off the air. So people ain't looking for me.
Right. 'Cause I'm hurting. I'm hurting, bro. I'm just hurting. I haven't watched a game, and if I had to watch another commentator telling me what's going on, I'm gonna pull all the little bit of hair I got out of my head. So, all right. So, thank y'all for tuning in tonight. I thank everybody that joined us in the comment section and watched live. We had Miss Nia. We had First Name Basis. I thank all y'all for tuning in. Who else was in here? I didn't think I seen anybody else. At least not no one commenting. But like we said, every Monday is Splat Splatoon Mondays. We're going to be inking it up between 8 and probably 11. So if you jump on Splatoon around that time, come search me, K-Bum, and Keith out. We'll be on there. Levelhead. Just look for Levelhead and K-Bum. And you said, what was yours, Keith? Again?
Enigma 87.
Enigma?
Yeah, Enigma. Just take the E off, put a K. 87. Okay,
Enigma with a K, no E. And but you find us, you should find him. So, and we be doing that every Monday. Nia, if you get the game, jump on with us. We'd love to have you. We'll figure out something on Discord.
She on there.
Yeah, we'll figure out how to get you on with us with Discord, and but we be splatting it up. We be inking up the TV like Keith. No, let me stop. Anyway,
Lord have mercy.
I had to. I couldn't help myself. Pause. But anyway, but thank y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in on tonight. So y'all stay blessed, and we will see y'all next week, same time, same place, right here on the Live and Level Gamers podcast. Deuces. Peace.